Alright, so we're going to see an example where we need to have use the qualifying of attribute, means where we have to actually use the alias of the table. So we're going to find out for each employee, retrieve the employee's name, the name of his supervisor, and name of his or her supervisor. So here we need only one table. Okay, all we need actually one table, employee table, and employee table has all the information. Okay, so it has SSN, and this employee has also the super SSN information. But when we'll find for each employee, when we'll find the SSN of supervisor, how we'll find out the name of that supervisor? Okay, so let's see an example. Just let's see the SSN of employee, its name, its super SSN, and I'm going to use actually very small number for SSN. Let's see 1 2 3, it's the primary key, 4 5 6. All right, now 1 2 3 has a supervisor 1 1 1. All right, and 4 5 6 has supervisor 2 2 2. Okay, so employee 1 is the supervisor of this first three employee. Employee 2 is the supervisor of second, I mean, and then rest of them. All right, now let's see, his name is A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, so the result actually I'm looking for each employee. Employee 1 has name A, and his supervisor name is also A. Employee 2 has name B, and his supervisor name is also, you can see his supervisor is 1. Okay, and this guy, okay, and his name is A. And employee 3, he has name C, and his supervisor is employee A. Okay, so here that's the problem. I mean, we are going to use only one table, but we have to use the join condition, and we have to actually join the employee with the employee, because when I will find the SSN of supervisor, okay, how I will know that what is the name of the supervisor? For that I have to go to the same table again, employee, and I have to know the name of the employee, okay, who has the SSN1. I hope you get the idea. Okay, so I have to here write that like select. All right, what I need here, I need actually the employee's name and the name of his immediate supervisor. You can see that for both actually I have to use the same attribute name, but I cannot write name and name. Okay, so let me first write down the table name from employee, okay, and employee. But here I have to use alias name because I am going to join the same table with the same table, and employee. So I will just choose different alias. So now I can write e dot name. I'm using this employee as an employee, okay, and I'm using this as an to find the supervisor information, like s dot name. All right, where, okay, so now where, what will be the condition? Here I am using e as an employee, and here I am using s as a supervisor. Okay, so I have to find out who is E has a supervisor, and where the supervisor has the same SSN. Okay, that means E dot super SSN equals to S dot SSN. Okay, so here actually we, in the original table we have E dot F name, and e dot l name, or each name has two parts, so we have to choose e dot l name, f name and l name. So instead of that, s dot f name and s dot l name. All right. Now this employee, I'm considering that to find the all employee information, and this employee table, I'm considering it to find the supervisor information. Okay. Now I will find out where e dot super ssn is same as the ssn of the supervisor. Okay. Now I am using the same table. All right. So I must actually use the alias to make it differentiate which attribute actually I am choosing from which table. Okay, they both are same table, but this is going to find out the name of employee and this is going to find out the name of supervisor. Okay, so that's an example how where we must use the qualifying attribute. Okay, we must qualify the attribute with the table name. All right. So few things. So we say that the basic format of select query is we need select statement, select attribute list from table list, and where condition. Now the where condition, the where clause, it's actually optional. Okay, the where clause is optional because we may want to select all the records. Okay, the where condition is going to only filter some record based on a condition. If we don't have a condition, in that case we can just ignore the where clause. For example, retrieve the ssn value for all employees. So here we are going to write the query like that, select ssn from employee. We do not have any condition, means it is going to select the ssn attribute for each employee. Okay, so remember, select is mandatory, from is mandatory. Okay, we have to choose some attribute and we need at least one table. Okay, so in a select statement, select and from, that two clause, they are mandatory. Where is optional, we are going to use where only we have a condition. Okay, now this one, select ssn dname from employee department. Okay, in this query every employee will be joined with every department. Okay, so the result will be a cross product of employee records with department records. Okay, so it's very important that we have to choose a join condition if we use two tables. Okay, otherwise the result is just a cross product of these two tables. Now the condition, now the query could look like that. You have a tables. Okay, you have a tables, you may try to find out all the attribute. Okay, you may want to select all the attribute. In that case, there is a shortcut, the asterisk symbol. Select star from some table name. Okay, so this is going to actually select all the, that means all the attributes. Okay, so the first one, it is going to select all the attributes from employee where dn equals to 5. And the second one, select star, where we have more than one table. So this is going to actually select all the attributes from employee and from the department. Okay, if employee has 8 tables and department has 4 tables, this is going to select total 12 attributes. Okay, so simply star means all attributes. So as we mentioned earlier, SQL doesn't treat a relation as a set. It treats a relation as a multi-set. Okay, so duplicate tuples can appear in our practical SQL model. So for example, we have an employee table. Okay, and employee table, and let's see, we have the salary value like that. Okay, employee table has actually SSN primary key, but let's see we have the salary value like that. So 10,000, 10,000, 20,000, like that. Okay, now if I run a query like that, select salary from employee, this is going to actually fetch all the record from employee table, okay, only for that attribute value. So the result will look like 10,000, 10,000, okay, 20,000. So if it's an integer, there will not be any comma in the value. Okay, so 10,000, 10,000, 20,000. So all the duplicate value, if the result has a duplicate value, all the values is going to be there. Okay, now if I want to know for each attribute, for a specific attribute, even if I want to know all the unique values for that specific attribute, we can actually do that, but we have to use a keyword distinct. Now if I write select distinct salary from employee, in that case it is going to give me all the unique values of salary, and it will look like, okay, so this is going to eliminate the duplicate values, and this will give me all the unique values for that attribute. So SQL can directly incorporate some set operation. Okay, we can have union operation, we can have minus operation, or except, or intersection. Okay, so the set operation is actually easy. If I have two set of results, I can actually run a set operation with two set of result. Okay, for example, here I'm running a query that will give me a set of result, and I'm doing a set operation uh, union here. So that will give me a result like q1, and that will give me a result like q2, and at the end that will give me a result q1 union q2. Okay, so let me look at the query. So make a list of all project names for project that involve an employee whose last name is Smith as a worker on the project, or as a manager of the department that controls the project. So what I can do, make a list of all project names for project, okay, that involve an employee whose last name is Smith as a worker on the project. Okay, so this is one part. Or I have to find out a list of all project, okay, that involves an employee whose last name is Smith, um, I mean uh, that involve an employee, okay, as a manager of the department that controls the project. It like actually we need to run, it will be actually easier if we run to separate query, okay, and then we just combine them using union operation. So for example, the first segment of the query is going to find out all the list of project, okay, all the list of project where uh, where it involves an employee whose last name is Smith, okay, as an worker. And this segment of query is going to find out all the list of project, okay, where it who has an employee whose last name is Smith. All right, okay, sorry, I'm doing it wrong. So here what happens, this segment of query q2 is finding all the project name, where it involves a employee whose last name is Smith, okay, and he works as a worker. And this segment is going to find out the list of project where it has an employee whose last name is Smith and he works as a manager of the department that controls the project. Okay, so then I can find out, so that will give me a list of project p1, p2, p3, like that, and that will give me a list of project, let's see, p2, p3, p4. Okay, But here, as the query is asking for like with or condition, okay, then I can just run these two query with union operation, and that will give me the result p1, p2, p3 and p4. Okay, so this is just a set operation, but in that case when we are going to run a set operation, the operand of this set operation has to be compatible. Okay, for example, here I am selecting all the project name, and here also I have a list of project name. Okay, so that's why the set operation will be compatible. Okay, I cannot make a set operation like where I have the first operand, first hand side, the left hand side is project name, and the right hand side is, let's say, the project ID. Okay, say PID1, PID2. Here the domain name is not compatible because they are the name and they are the ID, which is integer. Okay, so the type has to be compatible when it comes with a set operation. So we can have actually multi-set operation. So when the user doesn't want to eliminate the duplicates. So set operation means whenever we have set operation means actually there will not be any duplicate value. Okay, for example, p1, p2, p3 union p2, p3, p4 is going to actually eliminate the duplicate value like p2, okay, or p3. The result will be only p1, p2, p3, p4. But in the multi-set operation I may want to keep all of them. Okay, in that case I have to use multi-set operation and I have to include the all, union all, except all or intersect all. For example, so I have two tables R and S. So R has A1, A2, A2, A3. Okay, S has A1, A2, A4, A5. Now if I union all with R and S, okay, so here I have 4 record, here I have 4 record, so union all should have 8 record. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9. I'm sorry, it has actually 8 records. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so I mean I'm going to actually union all of them. Okay, this is not going to just eliminate the duplicate value, that's the idea. Okay, now this is the result of intersect all. Okay, intersect all, and this is the result of this is the result of D is the result of intersect all, and C is the result of except all.